Hey y'all, welcome to Being Draco. Today we're going to do, and mind you this is my first time, but we're going to try to make a harness for Thor. Thor is our rescue dragon. We got him 2 days ago. So we're going to try to make a harness for him. And he really wants to go outside. He's up at the door, Blackbeard, and wanting to go outside. And it's pretty warm today, so we're going to try it out. Alright, so what I've got is, this is actually a baby wash rag. Very warm, very soft. And this is my hot glue gun. I've got my sewing kit. I've measured his arms across here and across his back. So let's try and do this. I'm not going to promise anything. So again, I'm doing this with you for my first time. So, I also have scissors and buttons and stuff in here, so you can get these at the Dollar General for $3. They've got everything in them. We've even got a measuring thing, so you know I can measure him a lot easier with this. I wish I'd known this before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take him. Okay, here he is, and I'm going to measure from arm to arm. Okay. Hey Draco, come on now. I mean not Draco. Sorry, this is Thor, not Draco. I keep calling him Draco because that's my baby girl's name. She's actually in her enclosure, and I've got her enclosure covered because I don't want them to see each other. Alright, so what I'm getting right now, from arm to arm, I'm getting 3 inches. And then we're going to do across the back, a good 3.5. So I'm glad I got this because those others were off a good inch. So yeah, it's pretty good, huh? What do you think? Alright, so I'm hoping he stays there, because I think it's warm on his belly, so he's like, yeah man, let's do this. Alright, so here we go. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Is I'm going to cut this in half, because I've already looked and it will wrap around him. So I'm going to cut this in half. Not really in half, but I'm going to cut probably, I'll measure it for you guys to show you how much. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut a good 3 inches off of it, okay?
And I have strong doubts about the incredible.
We have to tell people the truth.
Of course. Can we do it after the Golden Globes?
No.
But that's the one with TV people and movie people in the same room.
We said no.
Alright. I'm just going to straighten this out.
Donate every penny of our profits to charity.
Keeping only enough money to cover changing our lives in a major way. Fine. All of it. Okay, look. I just want to say, I'm just a man trying to raise his son.
Alright,
I
so
made mistakes.
actually this part would work.
Blame me, but don't blame them.
So let's try it first. I wanted it to be bigger to cover more of his back, but let's go ahead and try this part, because I don't want him to be too uncomfortable either. So what we're going to do is turn it on its back, and I'm going to take the tape measure, and again he was 3 inches from elbow to elbow, well not really elbow to elbow, about the middle of his arm. So, okay, come here, here we go. Don't get around the hot glue gun, okay? Alright, so, I'm going to go in the middle of that, and I'm going to measure 3 inches. I may give it a 1/4 inch, just to be safe. And so, I'm going to cut there for his arm hose.
Careful. That didn't nail his in too well. You think God will forgive me? Don't tell anyone I said that. Well, if there is a God, from what I
Actually, what you need to do first is measure from where you're going to put it to the arm. I didn't think about that, so you want to do that. So I'm going to get Draco back over here. Draco, Lord of mercy. I'm going to get him back over here. I'm going to kind of wrap this up under him where his arms are. I don't think he's ever had a harness on. So he's fighting me a little. But we'll get it. He'll sit still.
So we put our Sherman ultrascope through.
Okay, so I'll take this under his belly.
There's the white test.
Okay, so yeah, alright, that's alright. What I was doing was right. Okay, so go in your middle and measure, and you're going to cut that out right there.
Cleanup test.
That's one clean nectarine. That's why we're sure Sherman ultra strong, cleans better.
So much better. It's worth it.
Enjoy the go.
I'm just going to cut a little hole on each side so to show me where I need to cut the arm hose. And you want to get those arm holes in the middle of your material. Alright, and then we're going to start cutting those out. I'm going to work my way on the inside and cut some pretty big arm hose. Just, we want to think comfortability. We don't want to stress him out.
Do you want Doug to be happy?
So, you can also trace this out if you really need to.
Are you ready?
Now on the other one, I'm working my way on the outside that way. There is plenty of room in the middle for his chest.
I made it.
I'm sure my circles aren't going to be the same size, but we'll work with that here in a minute. They're really not far from each other, but I just want to make this circle just a little bit bigger, so it kind of matches the other one.
Time for another game of Mother May I.
Please send me back to Earth.
Yes, yes. You can be a turtle or a pharmaceutical CEO.
Turtle, please.
Okay, so this is what I've done. I've cut out 2 holes. Now what I'm going to do is take the top right here, and I'm going to need a button right there. Okay? You can also use Velcro, yeah. Anything that you're going to be able to take apart to get off of him. And you also want to leave enough room up there to put your hole for your leash. So I've got a bag of buttons, and I've got my thread, and where's my needle? Honey? Oh, okay, I thought I didn't see the needle. Okay, so use any color thread you want. In this case, I'm going to use, oh, I thought he jumped on that. That scared me. I'm going to use white because that's what color thread they used in this. Well, where'd it go? Yeah, he don't care. He's like, woohoo, watch me. Now, we are going to cover these edges and everything, so we got clean straight lines on this. But for right now, we're just doing the basics so we can get it done, and then we'll straighten it up a little bit. Actually, what you can do when you fold this together, you can see your holes, and you can actually cut those out to the same size. I just noticed that, so if you want to do that, that'd be great. Now, I do have a little extra up here. I noticed that, so what I can do to fix that is pull that on up. Okay, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to try to do. Alright, let's just do it like we had taught before, and then we'll take care of the rest.
One month ago, 12 couples arrived on this tropical island after an emergency balloon landing, a jellyfish explosion, and the most viewed catapult accident of all time.
I want to use a big, like close to the biggest needle, so it's easier to thread.
This is the greatest adventure to take place in just one place.
And
The amazing
Place show.
so I'm going to take my thread, and I'm going to thread my needle. This actually comes, this is not a worm. This actually comes with a threader, but, you know, I've never in my life used a threader. I'm going to cut this because it's got frayed edges, and it's harder to thread if you've got frayed edges. And I'm going to try to pick up my needle off the floor here. Alright, we've got Draco, not Draco, but Thor walking around everywhere here. Just check your stuff out. Hey, Ma, what's up? What you doing?
And having your friends see you meltdown on TV, we want you for season 48 of The Amazing Place.
Why don't we you guys try out for that show, you would dominate.
Oh, no, I couldn't. You know what they say. You don't fail.
You want your tank, Thor?
You don't take.
But you've watched every episode of the show and listened to the director commentary.
You want to get in your vivarium, Thor?
Terrible homemade.
Alright, so you want to pull that down and cut it even.
Come on, try out. Come on, try out.
Leave you quite a bit of thread there to play with, because we want that button good and stable. And I'm going to use the biggest button I've got in here, which would be this one. Okay. Don't let your beardy, get any of this in their mouth. I want to warn you, okay? So,
Maybe you gotta tell him sometime.
what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the button on the inside right here, because we're going to pop it through this side.
If in case, when the
Again,
great
leave a
idea
little bit of room up there.
for all this bidding.
Okay, that's good. So you want to put it on the inside of your fabric.
Now, Chawhouse don't
Of course, you want that pretty pattern to show, And I'll put this in here. And then I'm just going to start sewing it in there, okay? The hardest thing really is finding the holes in the button to put your needle through. Once you've made a couple passes with your thread, you want to tie a knot so it gets tight. What you do, you're going to leave that a little loose, bring it through again, and then put it through that hole,
Why are you still doing this? We were already
And
on that
pull.
show where we had to crawl into
and then
the
you're
drain.
tied off.
That was just you, and it wasn't a show.
And then just keep sewing, keep going through every hole over and over again until you think that your until you think that your button is really stable.
No, reality shows love a sob story, and we've got a storage bin full of tears. And I've got a sister who will edit them together while I feed the dog marshmallows and see what happens.
Okay, so now I have quite a bit, I've done this quite a bit, so now I'm going to tie it off. Again, leave some on the other side, put your needle through again, and then take your needle through that. You want to do this at least twice, more if you want, but at least twice. That way it's good and tied off.
That crazy, no-limits guy that just shatters society's taboos, right? Break out your pixelation machine, because I am your bug-eating nude fatso. Oh, also, I'm not here to make
No, there we go. Right, and then you want to cut off any excess thread.
You're in the show.
Ew, no. We're here on behalf of some different weirdos. Our parents have tried out for every season of The Amazing Place. My dad was
Okay, so I've got that done, and I've got my button here. So what I want to do is I want to pull my fabric up and see where I need to cut my hole to put my button through.
Oh. So think what a magical TV moment it would be for our mom to find out she made it on the show after losing all hope and she didn't even know she'd fly.
The ultimate super fan gets one last chance to make her dreams come true.
I don't know. It sounds a little manipulative.
You're fired. I think we just found our boss at Rob.
Or your Springfield Transit.
You don't want to make the hole as big as the button, because this is a stretchy fabric and it will stretch enough to the hole. See? Now, we have most of this done, guys, okay? And all that's left is really making a hole up there for your leash. So what we're going to do is we're going to start cleaning this up.
This is it. After years of rejection.
So I'm going to take this. Now, if you really wanted to take the time to do it, you could actually sew these sides here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to super glue them. Not super glue, sorry, I'm going to hot glue them. So I'm going to take my hot glue gun, and I'm just going to go right down the side and then turn it over.
That's what a handsome Tom's face.
Be careful with the glue because it does get very, very hot. If you could actually use gloves if you wanted to do this too.
You're about to
especially if you're younger. You want to have adult supervision and use your gloves. Okay, so I've got my hot glue down the line here, and I'm going to turn it over. See, I just got burnt. Okay. I suggest if you get burnt to quickly shake your hand. I'm telling you, it burns. It does not feel good. Okay. You get used to it, though, if you work with hot glue a lot. Alright, so I've got one end started, so I'm just going to start tapping this down. Just tap, 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 tap. So basically what I have done is went around and fixed my edges with my hot glue gun and made a hole here for my leash. So now really the only thing left is trying this on Thor. Okay guys, so it fits. He even has some room to grow. And I will show you guys how it works. Let's go walking. Okay guys, so here we are outside on this beautiful sunny day with Thor and his harness. Come on guys. Come on bud. You want to walk? You want to check stuff out? You want to check everything out? I'm trying to let him just go at his own pace. I'm not pulling him. All I'm doing is holding his harness up so he doesn't come out of it, because I did leave him room to grow. I am using this right now for a leash because I don't have one, but I will be getting one soon. I'm actually going to get a harness and stuff too, but he was wanting to come outside so bad, wasn't you, Thor? You want to go walking, Thor? Come on.
A bearded dragon.
A what?
A bearded dragon.
I don't know what the heck is that.
They make leashes for him, and she made him one. Yeah, it's a dragon.
Come on. Watch out!
He's gonna stand up and walk straight.
Right.
He's got 2 legs now.
You ready? Come on. You want to go? You want to go walking? Huh? Yeah, we can go. Come on. You want to come on, Mom? Come on. This way. This way. Walk.
What's going on, buddy? Huh?
I would let them go at their own time. Don't force them, because if they don't want to move, you know, they don't want to move. So just let them go at their own time, and they will get acclimated to the leash and harness eventually. You want to let them wear their harness a lot. That way they do get used to it being on them. And make sure you walk them in an environment where you know there's no toxins or anything on the ground that can hurt them. I will not let Draco. Right now, he's sticking out his tongue, basically. Okay, there he goes. He's sticking out his tongue to test his environment. He's not eating anything, so don't worry about that. But do not let your animal try to eat anything off the ground, okay? That's very important. See, we're going to the beach this summer. So here we come, Leisha Lizards. We're getting one off you because Draco likes it, okay? He wants to be outside. Yeah, he wants to be outside. All right, he's went under here and over, and he is off, guys. He is like off. He is doing great. He is just doing great, okay? Come on, Draco, let's go this way. Let's go this way, okay?